Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Welcome to the world of Zaz. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications. Today's recipe is chicken bhuna masala. We'll make this in two steps. The first step is to marinate the chicken and second one is making the masala. So let's have a look at our ingredients for the marination. We'll need 1 kg of chicken. This is washed with salt and turmeric, that's why it's yellow in color. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1.5 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, half teaspoon of garam masala powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, juice of 1 lemon, 3 teaspoons of red chili powder, salt as per taste. Here I've taken 1.5 teaspoon. The first step is to marinate the chicken. So let's add in all the spices that we just saw in the ingredients and mix it well. Make sure you apply it in all the slits so that the masala infuses in the chicken very well, and let it rest for about 1 hour. While our chicken is marinating, let's note down the ingredients for the masala. 1 cup of coconut paste, 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, 2 medium-sized tomatoes finely chopped, 1 medium-sized onion thinly sliced, few coriander leaves, few mint leaves, garam masala powder, turmeric powder, coriander powder, red chili powder, salt as per taste. For garnishing, I've taken 1 medium-sized tomato thinly sliced, 1 medium-sized onion thinly sliced, 5 green chilies slit and 2 green chilies roughly chopped. So let's move on to the actual recipe now. So heat some oil in a pan and add in your chicken pieces one by one and cook them until they are crispy and perfectly cooked from inside. My chicken is cooked perfectly from both the sides, so I'm gonna remove it and keep it aside now. In the same oil, add the onions that we had kept for garnish and fry it until they're golden brown. Onions have turned golden brown and they're perfectly caramelized, so I'm just going to remove it and keep it aside. Similarly, fry the tomatoes and green chilies simultaneously and make sure you don't slice the tomatoes very thin, otherwise you'll have a difficult time flipping the tomato slices. Once the outer skin turns a little golden brown and crispy, then you can remove the tomato slices. Moving on to the masala, we'll add the onions in the oil and saute them until they're translucent. At this point, you can remove the excess oil and keep only that much which is required. You can notice the onions have turned translucent and pink in color, so now add the ginger garlic paste and saute it until the raw smell from it goes away. Once the raw smell from ginger garlic paste goes away, add in the coconut paste and cook it well until the oil has released from the sides and the onions have combined really well with the coconut. After about 5 to 7 minutes of cooking, onions and the coconut paste have combined really well, and you can also notice that the oil has started separating from the sides. So at this point, add the tomatoes and immediately add salt just to make sure that the tomatoes cook faster. You can even add some water to avoid the masala sticking to the bottom, but since I'm using a non-stick pan, I'm not going to add any water. Then cover and cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the tomatoes turn soft and mushy. After 15 minutes of cooking, you can notice the tomatoes have cooked properly and the oil has started releasing on the sides. So now we'll add in all our spices. I'm going to add in the garam masala powder, coriander powder, turmeric powder and the red chili powder and mix it really well. Lastly, add the chopped green chilies, mix it well and cover and cook for about 5 minutes, just until all the flavors infuse together. So that's it guys, our bhuna masala is now ready. Take a large dish in which you want to serve the chicken along with the masala and spread this masala evenly on the plate and place all the chicken pieces on top of it. Then garnish it with the onions, tomatoes and green chilies that we had fried, and then lastly garnish it with mint leaves and coriander leaves. That's it guys, your yummy dish is now ready. So once you layer all the chicken on top of the masala and add all the garnishes on top of the chicken, then let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes so that the chicken absorbs all the juices from the masala. And if you wish to make it as a gravy, you can add some more water and make it into a gravy like consistency and enjoy it with the roti. I usually prefer this way, it tastes much better. A bite of chicken, tomato, onion and the green chili, it tastes divine. So do give this recipe a try guys, try it with the roti, it's gonna taste so delicious. And if you like my video and if you like the content of this channel, please do like, share, subscribe and comment down what you'd like to see next. Until then, stay safe guys. Thank you. Bye bye.